junkin' pool over here, playing around out in the garage. So I got that pail in there with some copper in it. It's got some snow in the bottom, but I don't think it's too much snow. And I got a little bit of fire going. Burned some of the stuff around here don't need. I burned up probably a whole, I don't know what they call them, whole series of encyclopedias. Took me quite a while. I think I pretty much got rid of all of them, but they burn a really fine ash. This ain't that. I think I got them out of there. I cleaned this pail out, got 2.5 pails out of there, and it's really fine. I don't know if I got any more of them around or not. Hopefully they're all gone. Then I started tearing this transformer apart today. There we got a little heat. I started tearing this apart. All this copper come out of one transformer. Now I've already cut the back of this. Pretty much everybody knows, but you just cut one in. Some people throw them in their burning barrel, whatever it takes to heat them up really good. I don't know. But these come out real easy. And this is all, should be number 1. It's bigger than a number 2 pencil lead. Again, that depends on where you're going. But there's a little bit right there. Put it over here. Yeah, that was all in one transformer. I usually don't tear a small transformer apart. I have before. This is a few pounds right there. That's pretty heavy. Actually, I do got some big scales. I mentioned that in another video, and I'm trying to get where I can use them. So a lot of times, if you call the yard up and you got a larger quantity and you tell them the weight, sometimes they'll give you a little bit better price. Depends if they're getting ready to ship out copper, or because the longer they have to hold on to it, that's money out of their pocket. So if you're the day or two when they're shipping it out, if they know you got some, they usually pay you a little bit better. And try to film what I'm actually doing here. That's some good stuff there too. That's pretty hefty stuff. You can feel it's got a lot of density to it. It's heavy. But I usually will weigh it when I got a lot going on, but sometimes I don't too much worry about it. And I have bought it a few times, so sometimes people come around and I'll weigh it. So I need to get myself set up where I can actually get to my scales. The scales I got will weigh up to 5,000 pounds. They're actually certified scales. And actually I loaned them to the junkyard when they had a fire for a month or something like that. And they had their guys certify them. I guess there might have been a pound or something off when I had them, but so they got a tag and everything on them. There's another chunk there. Before it's over with, I'm going to have some more. Got some big old transformers, and not cold out today, but just wanted to get rid of some of this stuff. So I've been burning, like I just said, different papers and cardboard and cleaning. And I was looking for something. There's some copper right there. Old ground cable. I was looking for something the other day, and I was in a hurry, and I dumped all this pail into this pail, and so I got that dumped in with a bunch of tools. Actually, I needed a pail for something. I can't remember what I needed it for, but I was in a hurry, needed a pail. We got all kinds of stuff in that thing, and in that one. Getting a nice little pile there. Like I said, a lot of that's just air, but it all adds up. I heard somebody's knee crack, and I'm the only one in here, so that narrows that down. Oh, another piece of copper right there. I like to have me one of these steel crates to set on. They're pretty handy. That thing there is way too high. I use that when I do shearing. A little shear over here. So I got this tool here. I can find it. It's a flange tool. I ordered that, I think, off of eBay. There might be another name for it. I think it's called a flange, and it's reversible. You can pull these pins out for 2 different sizes or flip it over, I guess. But I ordered that to do the cylinder over here. And I'm not going to be able to show you. It hooks on the bottom there. I believe I weighed that cylinder. I think it was 600 pounds for that cylinder. I got a crane scale, and I hooked it right to this track that runs through here. There's part of the track. And I think that cylinder, if I remember right, it seems like it was around 600 pounds. It is heavy. So I had to pull that beast apart and put the packing kit in it and repack it. That goes to this baler. So I think I paid about $200 for the packing kit and $600 I think for the baler. And it's still sitting here. This tool I think was about $60 or $70, but it did the job. I had to chain it over here on the floor to the hoist so it wouldn't turn. It was quite a trick getting it apart. I opened the big garage door out and put some straps on there and pulled the cylinder up out of it and blocked it all up and fought with it, and I got it back together, and that's as far as I made it, so it should be good to go. They sent me a bunch of extra stuff with a packing kit, but so that's a beast there. That ram right there that it goes on, that's hooked to, is heavy. The problem is now it sets up so high, I got to either cut a hole in my awning up, or my overhead there. I'll think of what that's called in a minute. I either got to cut a hole there, or I got to take this thing outside. And this thing is heavy. You can't see in there, too dark, but this thing is heavy. I am thinking it's got to be a ton. I know when I bought it, I brought it home on a trailer, and I had a forklift. In my one forklift, the wheels are coming right out the ground trying to lift it, and the same with the place that was loading it. They had a lot smaller than mine. Their wheels were coming right up off the ground. We ended up tipping it over on some pallets, and then kind of skidding it and coming along it on a trailer. And then I got the other forklift out there. That will move it around. I actually strapped it on there, and I had it parked out in the road. And I think I brought that in here before I put the ceiling up there. So now I'm going to take it outside, and I think I'm going to set it out there and run it off of the backhoe or something. I've actually got a power unit over there to run it off of, but I don't know. I got too many projects. I think I'm going to keep that one. But I'm planning on getting rid of a bunch of this stuff around here. Just got to find the right person so you don't lose any money or very little money. So yeah, another project. It's got a 443 phase, which I don't got, so I could get a phase converter, knock it down to 220, or I can run it off hydraulics that I got around here. And that'll make a bale of aluminum, I think 800 to 1,200 pounds. I think that'll make a bale that big. You bale up your siding, a clip, extrusion. They bale copper wire with them. They bale tires with them. You put little ties around them to hold the bales in place. I've actually picked some of them up on a job. So yeah, that's a beast. I want to get it out of here, make a little bit more room. I'm going to set it up outside. Probably build a little peaked roof out of it, although a lot of yards leave them outside and they don't cover them at all. So I know a couple yards got 2 or 3 of them outside. I don't know, they're pretty handy. For me, I got a lot of aluminum, but it takes me a long time to get it, so who knows, it might end up being sold. I don't get the aluminum I used to, too many scrappers, which is a good thing, but I used to get a lot more aluminum. I used to have aluminum smelter out here. You could throw car motors in, aluminum car motors, and heads and blocks, anything aluminum, lawnmower motors, and I had it set up outside here, and it run off propane. And I would melt down about a ton or 2 tons of ingots every year. And they were only paying like 60 cents a pound for aluminum. And I was getting 80 and 90 cents a pound for that, taking it to different yards. And they almost looked like a gold bar. They weighed like 40, 45 pounds a piece. They were on a rotisserie. It was called a Firecomb 2000. And I had that for 4 or 5 years, and it didn't really use that much propane. You just wanted to have a lot of aluminum. Had it hooked to a 500-gallon tank. But yeah, you wanted to have that thing going and have a lot of aluminum and keep it going once you started. So we'd melt down a ton or whatever we had around, and we'd take it in. Well, I kind of wish I still had it. I know how to build one. I know some people build them. This is what I do with my papers. Got some logs in there, it ain't wanting to light. So yeah, anyway, we had that thing around, and I ended up selling it and got all my money back. And it was hydraulic tilt. You could sit there in the chair, you still had to get up and spin it to line the next ingot up. But I sold it to somebody in Canada. They actually sent me a deposit. I told them I got to have American money. So they sent me a deposit, and I made sure it cleared, and then they got here and they had American cash and paid me for it. So I bought it for like $2,500, and I sold it for like $2,500. And then about a month later, I seen one identical to it at an auction, and I was trying to bid on it, and my computer froze up. And I finally got my computer going. The auction was over, and it only went for $300. So I would have bought that in a heartbeat if it would have went even for $1,200, because I just sold that one a 3 months before that. So yeah, junk and pool out here playing in the garage. See if I can get this thing going. That's what happens when you put a log in instead of kindling. Some really dead wood in there. It's glowing, but it's burning a little bit back in there, I guess. Well, junk and pool, I want to welcome everybody to Pourville. Hope you have a great day. Should have brought the hot dogs or the marshmallows with me, but got some green wood here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thumbs up or subscribe, and we're trying to get back into the scrap videos. Got to make room to work. Have a good one. Goodbye.